Welcome to Let the Quran Speak, and peace be with you. My name is Omar Chaudhry, and I'm your host for this episode. At Let the Quran Speak, we try to clear any misconceptions that exist with the religion of Islam, and to help us with this task, we have Brother Shabir Ali from the Islamic Information and Dawah Center International. Welcome to the show, Brother Shabir.
My pleasure to be on.
It is customary for us to begin our show with a portion from the Quran. Today we'll be discussing from the 5th chapter, verse number 48. So, Brother Shabir, this is the 5th chapter, the 48th verse. Can you give us a brief summary of what this verse is all about?
Yes, basically it says, we have revealed to you the scripture with truth as a confirmation of that which has been revealed prior to it, and as a confirmation of not only as a confirmation, but also as a quality control over that which has been revealed prior to it. So you should judge among the people by what God has revealed to you, what God has shown you, and do not follow their desires away from the truth that God has revealed to you. In any case, we have revealed to every community a manhaj, a path, and a traced out way. So race with each other in good deeds. And it is to God that you will eventually have to return, and He will inform you of that which you used to do. A part of the verse that I did miss, that's very important, is the part that says, لَكُلٍ جَعَلْنَا مِنْكُمْ شِرَةً وَمِنْهَاجًا. We have appointed for each of you a sharia, a law, and a manhaj, a path to follow. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ لَجَعَلَكُمْ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً. If God wished, He could have made you all one community. That's the part I missed. The idea being here that if God wanted, we know that there is the Ummah of Muslimin. There is the Muslim worldwide Ummah, or group, or nation, or community. This verse seems to be saying that if God wanted, He could have made you all one Ummah. So there wouldn't be a Muslim Ummah and a non-Muslim Ummah, to put it this way. Everybody would just simply be one. But He didn't make it such. He left it such, لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ فِيمَا آتَاكُمْ, that He may test you according to what He has given you. So we're all going through tests in life. We're all being tested in this testing ground. We all have to report back to our Creator. This verse seems to be saying that we have this diversity, and each person is going to be tested according to what God has given him.
This seems to be saying that then it doesn't make a difference what religion you're at. If you're Jewish, if you're Christian, if you're Muslim, it's all the same. Sure, this is the sort of the updated version, but you can stick to the older one too, and it's okay.
Well, we should understand this on two levels. One is that in the Quran, on the whole, in general, we have verses that stress the importance of Islam. The teachings have come now. This is what has to be followed by everyone to whom it reaches. But this verse in particular seems to be stressing religious tolerance, the presence of diversity, the acknowledgement of it being like this, and also the mutual respect that should exist between people of different religions. Because as much as you may stress that this is the truth that has come from God, people would not always see it the same way. And you have to be able to respect the fact that people will be as diverse as God has created them. In fact, this verse is saying that this is part of the plan of God. If He wanted, He could have brought everybody into the same one group. They could all have been Muslims. But that is not His plan. He's left it such so that He will test people according to what He has given them. So on the one hand, yes, you have a truth which you respect and which you hold dearly, and this verse is insisting that that's what you must follow and that's what you must judge by. But at the same time, instead of quarreling with people over what they believe, race with each other in good deeds. Do good things. Show what you really believe by the good works that you are doing. And then, as for the theological matters that you have disputes about, who exactly is God, how many gods are there, how exactly you worship, when you return to God, this verse is saying, God is going to inform you of that which you used to differ about.
Now, it seems that this verse very openly and very clearly speaks of religious tolerance. Now, Muslims haven't always been known for religious tolerance. Over the years, there have been many things attributed to Muslims saying that, it's not easy for non-Muslims to live in Muslim lands today, etc. Where does this come from? It seems curious that we have verses of this sort and yet we don't have anything else. It almost seems like we're taking them out of context or something.
Yes, what has happened over time is that the manner in which the verses were interpreted, they were interpreted, of course, by scholars who lived in Muslim societies where Islam was the dominant force, and it looked like wherever Islam went, it overpowered everything else. People came rushing into Islam, as the Quran says, they came afwaja, in troops, entering the fold of Islam. They generally learned the Arabic language. Islam became the master of civilization, and the Muslim scholars pioneered a variety of fields of medicine and technology. So it looked like Islam was it, and everyone just should simply become Muslim. So everything in the Quran was actually interpreted along the same vein. Now we are looking at our present world situation, and we realize that diversity is a fact of life. And we're going back to the Quran with fresh eyes, and we're noticing that there are certain verses which have always been there. We're not inventing anything. And it has always spoken like this in the plain Arabic language. Again, that too is very clear. And the rules of the Arabic language were all set up by the scholars who lived in the past. And we're looking at the same rules, understanding the Arabic the same way, and we're saying that this is what the verse means. And in fact, sometimes when we go back and we comb the commentaries on the Quran, we see that sometimes there is an acknowledgement, though barely, of the same thing which we're saying, but it was not highlighted. And we find that now we wouldn't be taking the verse out of context to highlight these features of the verses, but rather, in fact, we'll be putting them within the context of the real life situation in which we now do live and experience.
Thank you, Brother Shabir.
Welcome.